Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Fat Loss Basics. Thanks so much for joining today. If you're new here, welcome. Thank you for clicking that listen button, that play button. If you are not new here, thank you for joining us, coming back. And if you did not hear, Wednesday's episode was all about 42 little micro lessons that I've learned over the course of my 42 years, and mainly specifically over the last 8 to 10 on my health journey. So if you have not listened to that, remember to only take what you need. Not everything is applicable to you, which is okay. And, just sift through it. And if you see or hear something that's like, man, that I resonate with that, or I needed to hear that, just take it with you. So I actually have this fun little calendar that has these fun little sayings. And I think one of the biggest things that I did not actually touch on in those 42 things, which I want to touch on right here, is just starting, just taking some action. And in this little calendar thing that I have, there's a phrase each week, and there's a whole bunch of, different people, from different whatever. Okay. And I often talk a lot about just how I started my own health journey. It's my own story, and your own health journey is going to be your own story too. Whatever the, switch is that gets turned on for you, it might be different. For me, I only made one promise, and that one promise was not to quit on myself. And I came across this quote, if you will, excuse me. Ugh, had a rough day today. This quote by Confucius, and it really resonated because I feel like out of the 42 things that I could have mentioned, my refusal to quit was the key. It was the grounding piece for me. And so this Confucius phrase or quote says this: it does not matter how slowly you go, as long as you do not stop. Okay, it doesn't matter how slowly you go as long as you do not stop. We have a lot of in our Fat Loss Basics group, coaching, in the realization of, one, I don't have to do as much as I thought I did. Two, I realize I have to show up in some capacity, some way, somehow every single day. That might look a little bit different for people. Every day is going to be a little bit different, right? But also the ability to show up, the ability to choose yourself, the ability to make a conscious choice to do it, even when you don't want to, even when it feels ugly, even when it's hard, even when blah, blah, blah. I talk about this all the time. I feel like a fucking broken record sometimes, right? And not realizing that, the starting and the stopping and the starting and the stopping and the starting and the stopping, that's the cycle. That's the cycle that you consistently stay in. Today, one of the ladies got on and she's like, I just got so tired of having to start over. Like, I'm just so tired of all the time. She went on a random vacation last minute, far away from her home. She doesn't have her food scale. She doesn't have her floor, like her body weight scale. She doesn't have all these things, but she's still doing things instead of her showing up and taking her food and weighing it out. She's like, I didn't have that. So I just shifted into measuring cups, right? Okay. Is that for me ideal? Like as a coach? No. Is it ideal in her situation right now? If it's, hey, let's measure some measuring shit and some measuring cups. That was a lot of measuring versus do nothing. This is where we quote unquote fall off. This is where we have to start over because we're like, oh, I can't do it that way. So never mind. She chose to shift. She already has a plan for when she comes home. And for her, it's settling into being consistent. For her, it's constantly thinking about, okay, what's the next thing I have to do? And not in an overwhelming way, but like she's just tired of starting and stopping all over the place and all the time. She's over it. And what I told her was, really what ends up happening is you just get tired of your own fucking shit. And it doesn't matter how many times you point the finger at something else, or it's this, or my gut, or my thyroid, or my hormones, or my cortisol, or my this, or my that, or my time, lack of time. You'll get tired eventually of your own shit, or you won't. You'll either get tired of your own shit, or you won't. She is tired of starting and stopping over again because it does not matter how slow you go as long as you do not stop. It doesn't matter. I have other women there who are on rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. I have other women in the group who are going, I'm like having a really hard time just like walking a little bit more or opening up my app or, tracking my food, or I still ate 7 Oreos last night and I'm trying to figure out how to make it different. We're all in different places. And the person who's having a hard time and eating 7 Oreos in one sitting isn't any different than the person that's in the rinse and repeat cycle, because they're both showing up in their own right, in their own way, at their own time, in their own pace, at their own levels. Because no matter how slowly they have to go, they aren't stopping. And once you can hone in and really accept the fact that you are doing, and I did touch a little bit on it but where this is forever. That was one of them, right? Like, you're not stopping. You're not stopping. This lifestyle doesn't stop. It is who you become. So there is no pause. There is no rest. It shifts. It might look different. But we're like, yeah, not today. I just don't feel like doing anything today. And that's not how this process works. So those were 42 little micro lessons. This is one overall theme for you and your health journey. And how it looks and how it applies is different. For me, again, all I did was say, I'm showing up, and I don't care how ugly it is, how hard it is. If I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, I don't care how many people fucking stare at me. I don't care how uncomfortable I am. I do not care. I'm not quitting on myself this time. I refuse to quit. I refuse to stop. It doesn't matter how slowly I go, as long as I don't stop. And if you can embed that in your choices and understand that even the small things compound and they add up and they matter and they make a difference, that is where everything changes. So the Fix My Fat Loss Assessment, it is in the link in the show notes. If you want, I can do a little fun little video for you, or we can hop on a 15-minute call. I will give you your very next step. You're like, Sarah, I don't want to quit. I started and I'm getting the itch. I'm ready to throw in the towel because what we're doing isn't working. Cool. Let's make sure that what you're doing is the right fucking thing for you. Let's just get you that next step. And then you can make a plan outside of that. If you're interested in just like, nope, fuck it. Let's go. And you want to be like my Fat Loss Basics group coaching clients who are literally fucking crushing it. And not like some overwhelming, like, do all the thing, do this, do this, do this, do this, do this, do this. But learning how to show up for themselves, that's what Fat Loss Basics is. That is where we go deep, 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 deep. And really start focusing and honing in on those results. So, link for the Fix My Fat Loss Assessment is in the show notes. If you are interested in Fat Loss Basics, this is a really good still place to start. It's free. It doesn't cost you a fucking thing but your time. So I hope to see some of you on the other side of that assessment. And I will catch you guys on the next episode. Not sure if I'll have a Monday episode out or not. We have a busy weekend ahead. We have swim meets and football started and all sorts of great stuff. So I'm very excited. But also we are in the swing of things and it's about to get crazy. Alrighty, guys, I will catch you on the next episode.